In this video, we will do some simple modeling exercises to train you a little with all the features we did discover during the two first chapters. So we will not use everything, but at least the global features and the most important features. So let's create first creation we will make. It will be a cup. So we will remove everything. I will select everything and remove everything with X, and I will add here a cylinder. So a mesh cylinder, and it will be let's say the body of my cup. Okay, I will go into orthographic view with 5, and I will go into front view, and I will go into my cylinder option here by default. I will just keep the radius as it is, and I will increase the depth like that, and to have a kind of mug shape like this. Okay, body mug shape. Perfect. And I will add another cylinder. Okay, so by default this cylinder is like that, the same shape exactly. So we have two cylinders, and with the Z shortcut I will go into wireframe mode here, and I will decrease the radius of the second one to have something to let some space between the two here, and I will keep the depth as it is, and I will make a GZ here just to have my second object like this. Okay, good. So now I can create the body of my cup. So let's go there with the edit here, and you will find the auto boolean possibilities, and we will make a difference. And like this we have a first mug shape like this. Okay, so in case you want something with thinner walls, let's say, so you can just manage the one inside and you make a difference again. Okay, and you will have the shape that you want. Now I would like to hang my cup without burning my hand, so I will put just here torus, and this torus will be the hang of my cup, and I will make a RX 90 degrees and put my torus somewhere here. Okay, so basically if I want to put my torus like that, and that I say to my boolean to make a union, basically I will have some problems because I have this shape inside my cup. I don't want that, so I will take my object into front view and move it with G, and add here a cube and move it with G and S like this, and just to cut what I need to have just for my cup like that. Okay, so I will take that one and make a difference, and like this I have a new object that I can use, and just with G like that, put it with the right shape and the right place. Okay, with G, R and S, and just make a union like this, and now you have a cup. Okay, so this cup we will just rename it cup. It's not a cylinder anymore, it's a cup. First modelization. Perfect. So don't hesitate to redo these exercises until the manipulations comes easily to you, and that you don't have to manage it, to think about it, let's say. Okay, so here we have the possibility to make a GZ now, and to put it with control, to put our objects really here into the ground like this, and we would like to make the origin of the object into the center, and for this we just right click and set origin to 3D cursor. Like this we can just stick our objects into others if the origin point is well on in the base of the object like this. Okay, we have our cup, first object, good. So now let's say we would like to make a lamp, and let's go ahead and with Shift A we will add, this time it will be a UV sphere, And this UV sphere would be, let's say, the body of the lamp, okay? So it will be a bedroom lamp. So let's add here now a cylinder, because if I put this shape of sphere directly like that, it cannot stay on the ground. So we will make a Z here and a G, Z, and just to make a little base like that. Maybe something even more little. Be aware of this part. Sometimes you can go into wireframe to see what's happening really, and here what we have is good now. Okay, so we have the base. Now we can just make a union like that. Good. And we will continue to add little cylinders here to continue the shape with GZ here, maybe S and SZ to have something a little taller. Okay, something like this will be perfect. And now we can make another union. And we can even add another cylinder to make another shape here. Let's say something like that can be perfect. And now we make a union too. And now we'll have the top part of the lamp that will be here a cone this time. And for the cone, I will just increase the second radius here, okay, and decrease the depth like that to have the shape of this. And more or less, it's not that bad like this. Maybe a little thinner here. Depends on what you want. You do how you want, okay. And I will make GZ and scale it up to have something bigger. And now we have kind of wheel lamp that is available. Good. And the same, we make a union, and like this we have our new objects lamp. What I would like to do is to rename my object. Okay, good. And I would like to put it with GZ on the ground too. So with shift I can zoom in and make a GZ with shift to make something really precise and to put it on the ground directly like that. And I have my lamp. Now I can make a right click and set origin to 3D cursor like this. I'm sure the origin point of my object is in the center of my scene, and I have my lamp. I can just now go ahead and hide it. So let's say I would like now to create another object. So we'll see how to make a table. Let's say we'll make a chair with the same system. So we will make a chair, and for this we will just add a cube here. As the same system, we will just make a SZ. Okay, good. And now we will add the legs. So I will just add another cube and make a SX 0.05, or yeah, 0.05 will be okay, and SY 0.05 too. Good. And now I go into the top view here and Z for the wireframe, and I will just can move with G and Control. I will just can move this into the corner, and with Shift DX and the control activated, Shift DX and Control, Shift DY, sorry, and Control, and Shift DX and Control, we will have the same shape basically that we did for the table, but we would like a chair. So I will make a GZ just to have this kind of shape. Okay, good. And now I would like to just, sorry about that. And now I would like just to duplicate these two objects here. So the one that are near the y-axis here, duplicate with Shift D and Z. Okay, and I will take back this object there and duplicate it with Shift D again, and into the side view here with numpad 3, I will make a air 90 degrees and put it into that place, somewhere here, okay? And I will make a SZ, and I have a basic share, okay? If you want to increase a little the size of the legs and this part here, so you can select all the legs, for example. And if you want to increase the size of it, you can make a as Shift Z, but with the here for the point, for the pivot point here, you will choose the individual origins, and like this it will take individual origins for each object. And with S Shift Z, you can make this bigger, okay? And like that you have everything that you want, like this. So now we can just create our full object, and maybe I can scale it a little into the y-axis, that one. Good. So perfect. And now I select my here this one, and with A I select everything, and I will have that one in the end, and I will make just a union, and everything now is one object and perfect object. So now I can make a GZ and put it on the ground, okay, with Shift, perfect, and Control A, right click, sorry, set origin to 3D cursor, and like this I have my chair that is ready. It's not a cube anymore, it's a chair. Perfect. So I have the lamp, I have the cup, I have the chair, and now we could do a desk, for example. So to add a number 4 object, so let's say we will just disable the chair here, and we will add with Shift A a cube. We will go into front view, numpad 1, and with SX we'll just reduce a little the size of the cube to have a kind of rectangle in front view like that. And with G and Control we can move our object maybe somewhere here, okay, that the base of the object will be into the ground like that. So first of all we will duplicate this object with Shift DX, okay, and with SX we will create the same kind of object but less thick. Okay, good. Now we will take this object and we will duplicate it again with Shift D, and we will move it around here and make a rotation of 90 degrees. Now we will go into this kind of view, free view, okay, and we will make SY and SX until we have something good. So maybe a little GX here to have something interesting. Okay, now we have a basic shape of a desk, but maybe we would like to do a little better. So I will just take this shape again and duplicate it in front view again and make a rotation 90 degrees again this time. I will just scale it into the x-axis like this and put it around there, and maybe just a little like SY. Like this we will have something to put things under, okay, can be interesting. And now we have a basic shape of a desk, but we would like maybe to put things here like a door or drawers. Maybe let's make some drawers. First of all we will build all of this in one object, so we will select our 4 objects here with Shift left click, and with this you will make a difference, not a difference, a union, and like that you will have what you want, okay? So this is our first object. Good. Now we would like to add drawers here, and as you can see I did choose this one at last like this. I keep here the origin point, so I will put my cursor there with Shift S, okay, and Shift S is the same kind of menu that you can add with the right click and go into here the set, not set origin but the snap, okay? So snap, you will have the same with Shift S, okay? And me, I would like to put my cursor to the selection. So like this, my cursor will come here, and I can add another cube that will be exactly at this point. Like this, I'm sure that it will be centered into this object like that. So I will just make a SX now, and make SZ to make a kind of drawer shape. So it's well centered here. And now I will just make a Shift DZ and take back this one and Shift DZ again and put it somewhere here. Good, so now we have something perfect. And I would like these drawers to go a little outside of my shape, so I will go into wireframe to can select them easily, like this, and make it just a little GY, like this, to just go out a little, like this, we can see them a little better. Good. Now let's say we will use these shapes to create the holes inside the body of the desk, and we would like a duplication of it to build the real drawer. So we will make a Shift D X, and we will keep like this a version of this, and with the Control key we will make something with increment like this. We are sure that we can come back at the exact place very easily like that. Good. So now we have these objects that we can make the holes inside the body, and we will select the 3 objects and the body, and we will use different option, and now you can see that we have our holes that are ready to take here the real drawers that we will build now. So I will go and duplicate this object with Shift D, and with right click I will keep it in the same place. Okay, so here I have 2 objects, and now I will go into top view there, and into wireframe mode I will just make SX and SY, and like this I have yeah, kind of walls inside the drawer, and with GZ I will have now something like this. Good. And I would like just to duplicate this object because it will create this for all the drawers. So we will make a Shift DZ, and the same for that one, and Shift DZ again to have the last here, and we will make now select the top and the one under, and we will make a difference, and the same for that one, a difference, and the same for that one, and a difference again. Good. And now we have this. We would like maybe to add some handles into our drawer. So to do that we will just add here a torus. This torus by default it should be 0.25 here. Okay, yeah, and I will just decrease this a little to have something a little thinner, so something about there can be good. And I will put with GX this object there, and into top view I will make SY to have something with this shape that can be interesting to have a handle like this. I will add a cube too, and this cube will help me to make to keep the shape that I want, and to have a little more than half of it somewhere about here can be good. Okay, and to have just a difference like that, and I will have my handle. This handle I will just scale it, and I will go into front view, and I will just select this object, make Shift S, cursor to select it again. Okay, and then select this object and Shift S, selection to cursor, and like this it will come really in the center, and I just have to make a GY to be sure that it will be well in place like this. Okay, maybe a little more to get it a little more outside, and with in front view we can just do Shift DZ and Shift DZ again, and we have the handles that we can just make a union to our drawers now, and we will have our drawers that are totally ready. Now we select our 3 drawers, and we can make a GX with the Control key, with incrementation, we are sure that we come back in the same place. So now we have our desk and our drawer. So we will rename them. This one will be a desk, and this one will be drawer. And I will just copy this name, Ctrl C, and rename well the other drawers. Okay, so here I have my desk, my drawer, my drawer, my drawer. I can parent my drawers to my desk to be sure that when I move my desk, everyone is following. So I will make a Ctrl P like this to the object. And like this, I'm sure that when I take my object, the drawers, they follow, but I can still move my drawer and open it with GY. Okay, so this is an interesting way of doing things like that. Now we have our 4 objects, and we can enable our objects back, like for example the lamp. This lamp, just it should be like that for you. This lamp, if we want to put it on the surface and to be sure that you have it on the surface, it's important to have the origin point in the base of the object. So we will just make a GZ to put it above and scale it down to make it just the size as we want. Okay, maybe a little bigger for that case. And we will just enable here the snapping, and we will just enable the face and enable well the align and project. Like this, you are sure that when you move your object, you see that here for now it's not on the surface, but if I move my object, it will stick directly to the surface, and we are sure that it's well in place. Even if I move here, it will be on the surface like that. So very convenient feature for this kind of thing here. Then to have a better visualization, we will go into the objects options, and and for the normals, we will enable auto smooth, and then make a shade smooth to have a better visualization of your object. Okay, and we will do the same for the cup. So let's enable the cup. The same for this. You should have something with shade flat by default here. So you will enable auto smooth here into the normal section and make a shade smooth to have something a little with a better visualization. So be careful, it can make this, but if you manage the angle here of the auto smoothing, it can give something a little better, like here. It's perfect. And now I will disable this for now, because I will scale my object to the right size. Okay, and make a GZ to put it just above the surface here, so a little bigger, maybe somewhere here, and we will enable the snap. And now we have the possibility to stick on the surface exactly the same as the lamp, with RZ to make something a little less boring. Okay, good. And maybe we can duplicate it and put it there, and with RZ, so we have 2 cups on our desk like that. Good. Now I will enable the chair. The chair is far bigger, and so I will just scale it down and make a GY. Okay, be careful that we can sit on it well. So S again a little, and we have something not that bad now. So we have our little scene like this. Maybe we can add a ground just easily by adding a plane and make our G and S. Okay. Good. And maybe on this object we can just add, or we could do even a wall, some walls if we want, like adding a cube and a less big cube and start to make some shapes like that. But maybe we have more convenient things for doing this later, and I will show you this later. Let's stay with the ground like this, and we will just enable here, if you want some better visualization, you go there and you enable maybe the shadows to have some shadows into your scene. Enable maybe the cavity too, with the screen option can be a good one here, and like this you have something beautiful to watch, to turn around at least. And now our scene is finished. Maybe the last plane, I will just scroll it back, and here it will be the ground. Perfect. And now we did everything for what we wanted to do. We have our first little scene. So don't hesitate to do that and to redo that and to redo that and see until all the shortcuts and all the options and all the features that we use during this little tutorial comes easily. Okay, and when it comes easily, you can go to the next chapter and start the edition mode that we will start into the next video.